The regular meeting for Bucyrus City Council for August the 21st, 2018 is called to order. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
McKeever.
Here.
Myers.
Here.
Wireball.
Here.
Kuka.
Here.
Sack.
Here.
Fote.
Here.
Schott.
Here.
Before you have the minutes from the August 6th, 2018 special meeting. I need a motion to accept those minutes.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Truca, second by Mr. McKeever to accept the August 6th, 2018 special meeting minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion passed. This is where we grant permission for visitors to speak. Is there anyone that would like to address council this evening?
Yes, please.
If you'd step to the podium, please, and your name and address.
My name is Bill Stoker. Address is 205 North Spring Street. I just want to make an additional comment here about the trash rate increase proposal. It was mentioned that this attempt is to be made fair for everybody. I think this is not fair for seniors, and not just seniors, disabled also, because they are already paying an unfair amount for the trash rate. They're paying more than half of the rate, and generally put out less than half the allowable amount. So I think really you need to reconsider this and give an exemption to seniors and disabled. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Any comments? Anyone else to address?
Could we put a committee that for disabled or anything like that, if we could give a further reduction? I mean, there's people who are retired. I mean,
Okay,
like you're
okay.
retired.
Yeah.
You're retired, yeah, you're living on a fixed income, but it's probably not as bad as some, you know what I'm saying? It may not be as bad as someone who's disabled and so I don't know.
You know, we can certainly put this into committee and we can go with further discussion of this. But at this point in time, the numbers that you have here are that we need right now to get us through the end of the year. So I don't have any problem with putting this back in committee for further discussion, but I do encourage you to pass the legislation that's sitting here tonight, because this is what's going to keep us in the black on this.
Well,
on that.
And that's why
Okay.
I did vote for it. You know, I understood that.
Okay. Well, yes, we can.
Also understand that there's instances out there that you know. I mean, Bill brought up a good point about some disabled and things like that, and maybe we can come up with something.
So, Mr. Truca, will keep this in your committee then for
Sure.
for further discussion. Okay.
Yeah, because I'd like to discuss bag limit too.
Okay.
Make it more fair. I agree with that.
There's some other things that can be discussed with it, yes. Okay? Anybody else to address council? None? We don't have any communications or petitions this evening. Standing committee reports. Ms. Sack, will you get started, please?
The Bucyrus City Council Joint Regular Committees met Thursday, August 9th at 6:02 p.m. Members present were Mark McKeever, Kevin Myers, Dean Wireball, Bruce Truca, myself, Doug Fote, and Andrew Schott. No, I'm sorry. Members were the ones I just listed, and the members present were Mark McKeever, Kevin Myers, Dan Wireball, myself, and Andrew Schott. Number 1, Bucyrus City Joint Regular Committee meeting was called to order by Wireball at 6:02 p.m. Public participation. Bill Stuckert, 205 North Spring Street, spoke in opposition to a proposed increase in solid waste rates for seniors. He believes they should receive an exemption from an increase because they're on fixed incomes. Number 3, order of committee business. A, the Public, 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 lands and buildings and service committees not meet as scheduled because of a lack of a quorum. B, Finance Committee, met from 6:06 PM to 6:16 PM. Members present were Dan Wireball, Kevin Myers, Andrew Schock, and myself. Number 1, creation of fund category, object. Auditor Joyce Schiffer explained the necessity for the creation of the category 7204 Ambulance District and object 23 Contractual Services within the General Fund, Program 2 Public Health Services, in preparation for an appropriation. Myers made a motion requesting legislation to create the category and object, with a second by Wireball. Motion passed by voice vote. Number 2, various appropriations. Schiffer said the following 6 appropriations need to be made. A, from unappropriated funds in the General Fund, Program 1, Security of Persons and Properties, 7110 and 7111, Police Department, 24, Materials and Supplies, $208 for Safety Town donations received, and 25, Capital Outlay, $1,000 for a K-9 donation received. B, from unappropriated funds in the General Fund, Program 2, Public Health Services, 7204 Ambulance District, 23 Contractual Services, $16,000 in anticipation of a new ambulance service requiring a subsidy beginning November 1st, 2018. C, from unappropriated funds in the General Fund, Program 7, General Government, 7770 Lands and Buildings, 24 Materials and Supplies, $1,006 for donations received for the Community Unity Project. D, from unappropriated funds in 201 Income Tax, 7760 Income Tax, 23 Contractual Services, $10,000 to pay for software and hardware maintenance contracts. E, from unappropriated funds in 235 CRA Monitoring, 7727 CRA Clerk, 23 Contractual Services, $7,000 to pay Hogemeyer Design Group for updating the city's Community Reinvestment Act documents. F, from unappropriated funds in 720 Sewage Disposal, 7540 Sewers and Drains, 23 Contractual Services, $2,000 to replenish the line for the remainder of the year. Schock made a motion to request legislation making the various appropriations with a second by Myers. Motion passed by voice vote. 3, fund reduction. Schiffer explained that a reduction of $61,400 needs to be made in 750 solid waste, 7515 solid waste management, 21 personal services to bring appropriated funds in line with revenues received. Myers made a motion to request legislation making a reduction with a second by Wireball. Motion passed by voice vote. Number 4, fund transfer. Schiffer explained that a transfer needs to be made within 750 solid waste management from 21 personal services of $18,600 to 23 contractual services for $10,000 for landfill expenses and to 24 materials and supplies for $8,600 for gasoline and oil for the remainder of the year. Wireball made a motion requesting legislation making the transfer with a second by Schock. Motion passed by voice vote. 3, SAC recess the Finance Committee at 6:16 p.m. Number 4, public participation, there was none. 5, SAC asked for a motion to adjourn the joint regular committee. Motion by McKeever and second by Wireball to adjourn at 6:16 p.m. Motion passed.
Okay, are there any questions regarding the Finance Committee minutes? None? Okay. The Service Committee met in special session on Tuesday, August the 21st, 2018 at 6:45, at 6:46 p.m. Service Committee, Mr. Truca.
The meeting was called to order by myself at 6:47 p.m. to discuss solid waste rates. What we had discussed was raising the garbage rates by 35 cents from $9.65 to $10 for singles or people that are attained the age of 62 years of age, and raising the rate from $15.15 by 85 cents, and that's for families, to $16. And Dan Wireball made the motion to increase these rates, and seconded by Andrew Schock. All in favor, it was unanimous. And also along with it was reducing the replacement fund for the garbage trucks by 50 cents per month. And I adjourned the meeting at 6:49 p.m.
Any questions or comments regarding the meeting? Okay, moving on, Finance Committee met in special session on Tuesday, August the 21st, 2018 at 6:45 p.m., 6:49 p.m. Is that?
Yep. Members present were Dan Wireball, Kevin Myers, Andrew Schock, and myself, Chair. The special Finance Committee meeting was called by Mayor Jeff Reeser to discuss solid waste rates. The meeting was called to order by Monica Sack at 6:49 p.m. Solid waste rates. We are approving what Service had just done, which was single and or 62 years of age, 35 cents and $10. All others increased by 85 cents and $16, and also decreasing the solid waste replacement fund contribution to 50 cents. I had a motion to approve, first by Dan Wireball, second by Andrew Schock. All were in favor and motion passed. Monica Sack adjourned the Special Finance Committee meeting at 6:53 p.m.
Okay, any questions or comments regarding that Finance Committee meeting? None? Okay, moving on, Traffic Commission. We don't have any Traffic Commission minutes here this evening. Are there any questions for the mayor about traffic? I don't know, we didn't have any traffic in town this weekend, did we? No.
Yeah. Madam Chair?
Yes.
I do want to mention that the four-way stops on Poplar Street were great. Yeah. We had no problems at all, it's like we anticipated. We had, when we first did it, we had a few, what I call angry old men that don't like change. Some friends of mine actually gave me a hard time about it, but people love it. I mean, we've had no complaints and it's working smoothly. I love it going home that way. Now the Plymouth Street's all torn up, I can zip right up there and get up to Irving, so.
Okay. Any other questions regarding any kind of traffic? Okay, I need a motion to accept the committee minutes and related committee reports collectively.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Myers, second by Mr. Truca to accept the committee minutes and related committee reports collectively. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion passed. Thank you. Report of city officers. Mayor Reeser.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. 51st Bratwurst Festival is in the books, and another success for the Bratwurst Committee, which are members here. Mr. Fote, Mr. Myers did a fantastic job. Your community thanks you for that, and all the volunteers. When are you starting planning number 52? Already?
Yesterday.
Okay.
Actually,
I said
Sunday.
yeah.
Sunday we
But the reason I bring that up is to take some time and pat yourselves on the back a little bit. Take stock of what happened. We had a big crowd again, and the weather was not good on the forecast, but it held off for the most part. So I take no credit for that, even though at opening ceremonies I predicted that it would hold off. The rain Friday morning was actually before festival hours, so that doesn't count. We have recorded, as I mentioned before, the first edition of the Mayor's Roundtable. It's going to be on every month. It's on Access 1021, so there's a typo on there. Yeah. And John's getting it on the city website right now. First guests were Kevin Kimmel from the Bucyrus School System, Kevin Myers, our own Kevin Myers representing the Bratwurst Festival. Chief Kepke spoke about National Night Out, and our Safety Service Director, Mr. Wagner, gave an update on the projects that are going on in 2018, and we looked into the future a little bit too. There was a couple of production glitches. Have you seen it on 1021? But it worked pretty well. I mean, it was a good start. Lots of topics and very informative program. So I was very happy with it. Thanks to Mr. Gary Hess, our extraordinary producer and director, for all his work on it. We'll be taping the next program actually tomorrow. And featured guest will be Administrator Kelly Patterson, who will speak about the mural, the new mural, the community mural. And John Rostash will talk about what a zoning director does, some of his projects and some of the hats that he wears, and he's also our website director too. The airing time will be the first week of September. It'll be on, we'll put it on the website also, as well as Access Channel. If you have any topics that you want to be addressed, questions, send them in to the Access mail number or drop them off at the mayor's office. Happy to have them, or give us a call. National Night Out was August 7th. I think we had close to 20 parties, yeah. And it was, weather was good, everything was good on, we did a lot of running, so. Finally, school starts this week. I met with the staff on Monday morning, traditionally, and I met with them and thank them and welcome them. There's some new, not a lot of turnover this year, there's just a few new ones there. So, this school system is so critical to the success of the city. You know, we need to produce good citizens, good workers, and we need to get them on board. So, Superintendent Kimmel wanted me to pass on the appreciation of the school district and partnering with them for the school resource officer. And that's a very important bill. Jimmy Mata, one of our newer officers, been here a few years, and a war veteran, and just all around a great guy. He's going to be, he'll be at the Bucyrus Secondary School, and Officer Stahl will be at the high school. Officer Mata also, you may remember, he worked with Police Explorers for the Browers Festival. Did you see how nicely they marched in the parade? They were good.
They won an award.
They won an award, okay. Kevin says they won an award.
They
And these
were in
kids,
first place.
great. And they come up to you on the street and engage and talk. They're not afraid of you to carry on a conversation. So, I mean, that's another thing that's really good that we're doing for the community. So we want to thank Officer Mata for his great work and wish him good luck in school. And I believe that's all I have for tonight.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam President.
Does anyone have any questions or comments for the mayor regarding his report this evening?
Just to reiterate what Mr. Meyer said about them winning that award, those boys were very, very pleased to have won that award, and it was very nice to see them accept that award. So they're doing really good things.
And I think I speak for all of us here when I say a great big thank you, not only to you two who are very active in the Bratwurst Festival, but to everyone that volunteered. And it was really nice the way you had that page set up where people could go out and volunteer for just 2 hours at a time. And I thought that that was a really good incentive to the community. If you just want to dabble a little bit, but you don't want to be, completely engulfed, and gave them an opportunity. So I think on behalf of City Council, if you'd relay that to all your people, that we really appreciate the hard work that they did.
We will, Madam
For the
President,
festival.
we'll look forward to seeing your name on that list next year.
Okay. Yeah.
This is an opportunity.
Okay, now we move into our report. We're in this report of service director.
Yes.
It's not with us this evening,
No, but I got his report.
you have his report.
And we're gonna go down the list. From the
Okay.
street, they're on schedule. Gallion had a large water main break. They were pulled off that crew to help over there. And they're back today and doing a lot of work. It's a real mess, but it's gonna look really nice when it's done. You may be wondering about City Hall parking lot and our drive. The paving begins next week. Boardman meeting was last week on the day of our opening ceremony. Mr. Wagner went to that, and I went to the opening ceremonies. We had good news about our insurance. We 2.21% increase for next year with the same policy. So, and that's one of the things that I've been trying to work on for several years, and controlling the costs of that. And we've, by some of the things we've done, we've been able to save over $250,000 a year to city budget, despite some of the changes that we've instituted. So, the old water plant is getting demoed. Pre-con meeting was off August 9th, and so we look for that to begin sometime in September. Friendship Bridge, we've been getting estimates. The inspection was completed, and the bridge is safe to use. How about that? And all Miller Pool repair bids will be open on Monday, August 27th. The pool will be open this weekend and then next weekend. It's not open during the week at all, since school started. And then we want the repairs to be done this fall, so we can open it up back again in May as usual. You may notice that Wendy's is not there. I had some people really upset about that. How could you let Wendy's go? Well, I kind of calmed them down a little bit. I said they're coming back. So they are pretty well torn down. They're working on the asphalt now, and they will be starting up a new construction. Hopefully they survive Thanksgiving holiday. Garbage pickup for Labor Day weekend. If you normally work Monday, have it out there Tuesday. If you can have it out by 7 a.m., that would be great. And all non-emergency departments will be closed for Labor Day as usual. There is a referral, and Jeff wants to refer the airport grant to the service committee. The amount of the not to exceed on the legislation needs to be amended, and that's resolution number 231-2018. Do you have that? And then finally, we got news today that we are losing one of our city's most valuable employees, Mr. Rajtesh, our zoning director, also wears about 12 other hats, has taken his position as a safety service director in Crestline. So we don't want him to leave, but we understand it's a good promotion for him, and he will be awesome in that job. So we wish him the best of luck, and he'll be here through next Friday. So that's the Safety Service Director's report.
Okay. Before we go any further, the airport grant application legislation, resolution number 231-2018 needs to be addressed because the not to exceed number was incorrect. So I need a motion to put that back into service and finance.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Foat, second by Mr. Myers, to put the resolution number 231-2018 back into both service and finance committees. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion passed. Thank you. Any other comments about the Service Safety Director's report? Mr. Wyba?
Well, this I'm not sure about, so I'm gonna throw it out there. A gentleman stopped me there at the Browers Festival, and I haven't gotten out into the park. He said that the stumps are still out there from when they cut those walnut trees down.
Yeah, we have, well, that's, that'll be brought up. We're gonna be doing stumps, not just at the parks,
Oh.
but through town.
Yeah.
We've got
Well,
almost
I think-
about 200 stumps that we've identified, and we're in the process of getting estimates right now. And,
Well, I mean, refresh my memory. I thought the trees were, maybe the stumps weren't included, apparently.
No.
On that. When they took the trees out, the stumps weren't included.
we do not have a stump remover.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
we sold those walnut trees.
Yeah, they were sold without stumps, so.
Okay.
It's not just, well, we lost 30 some ashes. We probably lost 75 trees, in the last 5-7 years at Old Miller Park. So, and that's, you know how I feel about that.
Well, and I was
It was
sure
taken- we
him
could have
that,
done something about it, but it was knocked out of the budget this year. And we gotta make a choice. We're gonna take stumps out and plant trees and repair and trim and stuff, or we're gonna turn into Isengard, So, anyway.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, moving on, Law Director, Mr. Ratliff.
No real report, not a lot going on. I'm impressed by the Isengard reference, and
Thank you.
I'll move on.
Are there any questions for the Law Director?
I'm at it again.
You're at it again, okay, go for
The,
it.
That's something to do with Isengard.
no, maybe, I don't know, the trailers on, what's the progress on those trailers?
Well,
on-
they've sped up quite a bit.
They have, yeah.
They've sped up quite a bit. They asked for an additional time till the end of this month, so I agreed to not be too much of an ogre.
Oh, yeah. I just didn't, wasn't even
Yeah.
aware of the time.
No, they're moving fairly rapidly. There's been some commercial interest in that lot, and I think maybe in a couple of weeks we might have some really good news for everybody. So, we'll see.
Well, good. So on that same, I don't know if I brought this up before or not, but there's a lot there that has some people living on it in a camper. I mean,
Yes, that's in court.
Okay.
Criminal and civil.
okay. It looked like
I
they
forget what street
cleaned,
that is, but yeah.
looked like they cleaned that up a little bit, but I was just wondering.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyone else? Just a comment.
Yeah.
There are some trees that are missing now on the Strauch properties on Roger Street.
Yes.
Some of that has been cleaned out, and it's moving, and the next step is for
Demolition, there's a round out to bid right now. Mr. Myers probably has a better update than I do.
It will be further updated Wednesday, which I will share with you and everybody. We should have a date, hopefully, within very soon.
Okay, make sure you mention that then Thursday evening.
I will.
Okay.
And just to, I take back my ogre comment and keep him with Isengard. I should have said look like.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
With the news of Mr. Rostash replacing you at Crestline.
Yes.
I just want to know, for what we had budgeted already for Mr. Crawl to take some of your responsibilities here, is that going to break even with good timing that we're not going to have?
Oh,
to
yeah,
appropriate
I don't,
anything else?
I think so, I think so. And
Welcome back.
I'll be, thank you, I'll be back over there prosecuting ne'er-do-wells in short order, including people living in trailers on lots.
Mr. Jerka?
Is there any update on the parking lot on South Sandusky Street by any chance? Across from the...
Owned by that same person?
Yes.
None. The deal on the Roger Street properties, those got turned over. He, through his counsel, conveyed that they wanted to keep those and that they were going to be paying off the back taxes to forestall any foreclosure. I don't know if he did that or not, but so far the county has not moved forward with any foreclosure on those. So it's just lots of deals. He wasn't interested in giving it up or selling it when I last talked. So, but he's also not been aggressive about not allowing people to park there either.
Okay, anything else? Okay, move on. You have, the auditor's not with us this evening. You have her statement of cash position dated July the 31st, 2018. Was given to you at the last meeting. We need a motion to accept and file that.
Second.
Motion by Mr. McKeever, second by Mr. Truca. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion passed. I've got a referral somewhere. I went past it, okay. There is a referral that the auditor was presenting tonight. Refer to Finance Committee from unappropriated funds in the fire levy fund / fire department / 25 capital outlay, the sum of $35,000 for the city share of grants applied for. We received $41,259 so far this year from previous grants awarded. So we need to do this appropriation to balance all that out, because it's always something that we have to pay a portion of it. So I need to put this into Finance Committee.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. McKeever, second by Mr. Foat. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion passed, so that'll be in the Finance Committee meeting is for Thursday evening. The Treasurer's Report. You have the June submitted report. It's there for your review. We'll discuss it next time if you want. Police report. We have no police report from Chief Pecky this evening, but maybe the mayor would like to elaborate on what happened at 6:30 this evening.
It's always a pleasure to swear in a new officer, and we were able to do that. Mr. Andrew Plummer from Cardington was sworn in as our newest police officer tonight. Graduated from high school in 2014, and then went to Delaware Career Academy. I can't remember if that was a proper term for in police training, and he's his first weekend of duty was at the Bucyrus City Council, so good way to break him. So we broke him in pretty well. He didn't quit. He came back tonight, got sworn in, so we welcome him.
Okay, glad always to add a new officer to bring them back up to the numbers where they belong.
Quick comment,
So it's
Madam
good.
President.
Yes.
Honestly, I was, as we were cleaning up Saturday evening and everything, our officers do a very good job of working with the crowds that evening and not just being the officers you think are out there just arresting people. They do a very good job of getting along with crowds and working through the situations I observed as I was going around and doing work, so.
And we don't want to forget to mention the streets crew who always does a fantastic job.
Oh, absolutely.
Come in at midnight or so, and then Next morning, you can't, 2 a.m.?
Yep.
2 a.m., yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
Blowers on the streets and picking garbage up, and they were helping.
8 a.m. the next morning, the city was cleaned out. Looked good.
Actually, I think it was by 5.
They were there till 8.
Were they?
Okay, we have nothing from the fire chief. I need a motion to accept the city officers' reports.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Fote, second by Mr. McKeever to accept the city officers' reports. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion passed. This is where we have visitors' input regarding reports or of standing or special committees and of city officers. Does anyone care to address council this evening?
Yes, please.
Name and address, please.
Bill Stooker, 305 North Spring Street. I just wanted to make a comment on Mayor Reeser's comment about the four-way stops. He specifically stated Poplar Street, the other one, Spring Street, is the one that we are more familiar with.
Spring Street, you're talking about?
Spring Street.
Okay,
and
I just want to make sure I
Street.
understood you. Okay. Excuse me for interrupting.
That's all right, not a problem. We have noticed several occasions of people just totally ignoring the stop sign and just buzzing right on through. And it seems to be a lot of the young people that are doing it, and being very disrespectful when they do as well. I do know that from a comment from one of the residents near Mansfield and Poplar Street, that the same thing occurs there. I don't know about the disrespect part of it, but definitely people just totally ignoring the stop sign and going through. So maybe some additional police patrol at those intersections could be justified.
I'll pass that
Kind of
on.
help.
Pass it on, and we'll bring it up to traffic commission, and then I'll pass it on to chief also.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
Kurt Hancock, 1675 South Sandusky, and I just want to follow up with what he just said. I personally myself have witnessed someone totally below the stop sign on Mansfield and Spring Street, and I actually, if I wouldn't have been quick to brake, they would have been, because I seen them, you know, last second they weren't going to stop. But the other thing, I was wondering, right there where the Washington Square is, there's like a pedestrian crossing, and you're supposed to stop for the pedestrian in the crosswalk. People usually don't stop for the pedestrian in the crosswalk there. And I've seen these things they can put in the middle of the street. It's like a little pedestrian crossing, little like high-vis yellow. It's got a little stop thing in the middle with a like person of, you know, picture of a person crossing. I was wondering maybe if I could suggest that maybe they consider maybe putting them there to make it more known that they're supposed to stop and for the pedestrian crossing there. It's both sides of Washington Square, down by the courthouse, and also by Dillinger's. And that's all I got.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're
I
okay
can
with
address
that?
that, Kurt. Yeah, 'cause I think the signs are too high, you know, and people don't stop, because I cross there a lot too. And people really don't stop. And we've talked about putting some of those cones there, or even some flashers there too. And then another one on the other side of the courthouse.
I think the cones are pretty cheap.
Yeah, but it is, they come, yeah, they don't see the sign up there. Actually, one time, you know, I got kind of frustrated with somebody. He was going from east to west, and then he got stopped at the light there in Sandusky, and I just kind of raised my hand like this, hey, didn't you see me? And he gets out of the car.
I've seen a lot of people get upset.
Well, he got out of the car and he said, if you would have been in the crosswalk, I would have stopped. But I was on the sidewalk waiting for him to stop, so that's the kind of stuff you. But you're right, you got to make a good point. We've talked about it, and I think we will do something about that. So.
Okay, there are several places that we have talked about putting some crosswalk
Yeah.
signs and lights and things.
There's,
up.
yeah,
So
there's some issues.
that should come out of the traffic commission for
We're
us.
bringing up the traffic commission.
Okay, thank you.
It's in health and safety.
Their meeting schedule.
No, not yet, so I
For
don't think so.
For consideration of proposed legislation for the first time.
We have 5 pieces of legislation, they're all ordinances. Ordinance number 33, 2018, amending and supplementing ordinance number 57, 2017, being the annual appropriations ordinance for 2018 by the creation of a 7204 ambulance district category containing a contractual services line item within Program 2 Public Health Services Fund subparagraph and declaring an emergency. That goes to finance. Ordinance number 34, 2018, amending and supplementing ordinance number 57, 2017, being the annual appropriations ordinance for 2018 by appropriating from unappropriated general funds the sum of $208 to the materials and supplies line item and $1,000 to the capital outlay line item within the police department category within the Program 1 Security of Persons and Property subparagraph. Further appropriating from unappropriated general funds the sum of $16,000 to the contractual services line item within the ambulance district category within the Program 2 Public Health Services subparagraph. Further appropriating from unappropriated general funds the sum of $1,006 to the materials and supplies line item within the lands and buildings category within the Program 7 General Government subparagraph. Further appropriating from unappropriated income tax funds the sum of $10,000 to the contractual services line item within the income tax category within the income tax subparagraph. Further appropriating from unappropriated CRA monitoring funds the sum of $7,000 to the contractual services line item within the CRA clerk category within the CRA monitoring subparagraph. And finally, appropriating from unappropriated sewage disposal funds the sum of $2,000 to the contractual services line item within the sewers and drains category within the sewage disposal subparagraph and declaring an emergency. That goes back to finance. Ordinance number 35, 2018, amending and supplementing ordinance number 57, 2017, being the annual appropriations ordinance for 2018 by decreasing the current balances in the personal services line item within the solid waste category by $61,400 within the solid waste fund subparagraph and declaring an emergency. That goes back to finance. Ordinance number 36, 2018, amending and supplementing ordinance number 57, 2017, being the annual appropriations ordinance for 2018 by decreasing the current balance in the personal services line item by $18,600 within the solid waste category and increasing the current balance in the contractual services line item by $10,000 and the materials and services line item by $8,600 within the solid waste category, within the solid waste subparagraph, within the solid waste fund, and declaring an emergency. That goes back to finance. And finally, ordinance number 37, 2018, amending and supplementing subsections A, B, and C of section 931.03 entitled Garbage and Rubbish, and section 931.09 entitled Funding of Solid Waste Replacement Fund of Title 7 entitled Garbage and Rubbish of Part 9 entitled Streets, Utilities, and Public Services Code of the codified ordinances of the City of Bucyrus, Ohio, by increasing the current garbage and rubbish fee by 85 cents for domestic premises and 35 cents for those who reside alone or who have attained the age of 62 years or more, and by decreasing solid waste replacement fund contribution to 50 cents and declaring an emergency, and that is referred back to the service.
Okay, I need a motion to accept this as the first reading of legislation tonight.
So moved. Second.
Who was the first?
First.
Motion by Mr. Trucca, second by Mr. Fote, to accept this as the first reading. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion passed. Ordinance number 33-2018 is referred back to finance. Ordinance number 34-2018 is referred back to finance. Ordinance 35-2018 is referred back to finance. Ordinance 36-2018 is referred back to finance. And ordinance number 37-2018 is referred back to Service Committee. This is the time where we have public participation. Any member of the general public may present their input or comments on legislation that has been read for the first time. None? Do we need a recess?
No.
Okay. Committee reports on pending legislation. Finance Committee?
Finance is favorable to ordinance 33-2018, the creation of fund category line item. Finance is favorable to ordinance 34-2018, the various appropriations. Finance is favorable to ordinance 35-2018, the fund reduction. Finance is favorable to ordinance 36-2018, the fund transfer. And finance is favorable to ordinance 37-2018, the solid waste rates.
Okay, thank you.
That should be.
That should be service, that
Yeah.
one, okay. Let's go, move over to service. Mr. Trucca?
Service is favorable to ordinance 37-2018, and that deals with solid waste rates.
Okay, I need a motion to accept these reports.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. McKeever, second by Mr. Foat. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion passed. For further consideration of pending legislation, for the second and third reading of proposed ordinance number 33-2018, which is the creation of a fund category and line item, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption text, and declare it an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Wireball.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Vogt.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
Ordinance number 33-2018.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance number 33-2018?
So moved. Second.
McKeever.
Yes.
Vogt.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Ordinance number 33-2018 is duly adopted. For the second and third readings of proposed ordinance number 34-2018, which are the various appropriations, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare it an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Vogt.
Yes.
Wireball.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Ordinance number 34-2018.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance number 34-2018?
So moved. Second.
McKeever.
Yes.
Vogt.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Ordinance number 34-2018 is duly adopted. For the second and third readings of proposed ordinance number 35-2018, which is the fund reduction, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare it an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Wireball.
Yes.
Vogt.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Ordinance number 35-2018.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance number 35-2018?
So moved. Second.
McKeever.
Yes.
Vogt.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Ordinance number 35-2018 is duly adopted. For the second and third readings of proposed ordinance number 36-2018, which is the fund transfer, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare it an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Wireball.
Yes.
Vogt.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Ordinance number 36-2018.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance number 36-2018?
So moved.
Second.
McKeever.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Vogt.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball.
Yes.
Ordinance number 36-2018 is duly adopted. For the second and third readings of proposed ordinance number 37-2018, which are the solid waste rates, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare it an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Wireball.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Vogt.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
Ordinance number 37-2018.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance number 37-2018?
So moved.
Second.
Sack.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Poe.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
Ordinance number 37-2018 is duly adopted. Thank you. Moving on, under unfinished business, we would be remiss if we didn't ask both Mr. Myers and Mr. Fote to give us a little wrap-up of the Bratwurst Festival. What all happened and what was good and what are you looking to change?
We're not looking to change a darn thing. We've been doing this now for 52 years and it's going well. We're just gonna try to improve on the things that we're doing and continue to make it better. Mr. Fote really worked hard on the trade lineup and did some really new things this year that proved beneficial, and we're gonna tweak those and make those even better. Our security plan was great. Chief Kepke was wonderful. He got us some extra barricades from the Ohio Department of Public Safety, and we viewed those people there as our responsibility over there, and we felt like we kept them safe. Really great crowd on Saturday. Maybe close to a record Saturday crowd for us. Overall, we place it in the top 10 of festival attendance.
Okay.
Without the rain.
Without the rain. And I think you reported that it rained at your house, but it didn't rain
Yes.
downtown.
Yeah, right before the parade on Friday night, it poured on the north end.
Parade lineup area, got it. I was standing at the railroad tracks, got a phone call asking for somebody to bring ponchos. I thought they were joking. Until I saw Mike Zahn's car come through the parade, looked like he just came out of the car wash.
Okay.
God likes bratwurst.
Mr. Fote?
Like Mr. Myers said, everything went great with the parade lineup. We'll tweak some things next year just to make it a little bit better, a little bit easier. I was very pleased with everything. It was a great 3 days. A lot of great compliments from a lot of different people. I was privileged with the ability to run the initial bratwurst in honor of my grandfather, which was something very special for me. Very bittersweet, but very special. And I can't wait to do that again next year and just keep improving this festival more and more and keep growing it and making it better and better. And just, it's so nice to see the people in the community come together at events like that. All the volunteers that we had step up. We met some really, really great new volunteers this year that are really enthused to come back and be part of it again next year.
And
which
those
is
guys
just-
become committee members now.
Yeah, exactly. So, even my wife even got involved this year, and she got to run a couple contests, and she even got my 91-year-old grandmother who was shooting basketballs at hoop shoot contests. So, very, very fun. So, great.
Anyone else, any comments about the festival?
Yeah,
Mayor?
I'd like to compliment you guys on the opening ceremony. I think it was the best one I've seen, and it was well attended. So just a nice time, and also congratulations to Casey Cathcart from Bucyrus Rail Car Repair, who won the Best Legs contest. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some pictures of that.
So, which Tammy does an excellent job with that contest. She just has a great way of getting the crowd involved in everything, so.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. Anyone else, any bratwurst stories, want to share with anybody? Okay. Anything else under unfinished business this evening? Okay. New and miscellaneous business. Wednesday, August the 22nd is the first day of school for Bucyrus City Schools, so there are going to be kids out there tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. So be aware that they're all excited.
And I did want to say, there is a house that is gone on Woodlawn, which has made it in time for the school to be open.
Correct, correct, that house is down, yes. So that is a safe spot over there, so, but be especially careful the rest of this week with,
Watch crosswalks.
with the schools and the crosswalks. Tuesday, August the 28th, Together We Hurt, Together We Heal, is their annual banquet from 6 to 9 at Calvary United Church of Christ in Crestline. You can still get tickets for that by calling 419-689-6427. The price is $25 a ticket. They do great work in our community and are certainly a blessing for so many people here. Saturday, September the 1st is the third and the last night for laps in downtown Bucyrus from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. You know, I would be remiss if I didn't make a comment. I know that the ones from the 80s have taken over this, but hey, we did it back in the 60s too.
We sure did.
Monday, September the 3rd is Labor Day. All the city offices are closed except for the emergency ones. Friday, September the 7th is the first Friday, and the theme is Harvest Day. And it's from 5 to 8 p.m. And if it's like any of the other First Fridays, it will just be fantastic. Great crowds and things down there. Is anything scheduled that night?
Followed by a movie in the park.
Movie in the park. You can't beat those movies in the park.
Last one, it'll be the last one this year.
Last one this year.
So if you want to sponsor one next year, start like that.
Deadline.
The hint, he's big and blue and sort of evil.
Big and blue and sort of evil, okay. On Wednesday, September the 12th, here at City Hall, there is going to be a presentation, and it's about scams and elder fraud. So this is at 10:30 a.m. It'll be up here in council chambers. That's September the 12th, 2018 at 10:30. We invite the seniors to come up to hear about it. If you know, you have someone that you're caring for that's a senior and you'd like to learn more about these scams and things that are going around and affecting a lot of the older members of our community, please do come up here. We'll have more out on the Facebook page and everything else about it. But that is September the 12th at 10:30 a.m. here in City Hall. Any other miscellaneous or new business somebody would like to bring up this evening?
Tomorrow there's an important ribbon cutting.
Okay.
It's at the New Quality Inn, which has been recently remodeled. These folks made a huge investment in our community, and 5 o'clock tomorrow, Quality Inn. Please join us for the ribbon cutting.
Okay. Up on North Sandusky, back behind Bob Evans.
Exactly right.
They put, boy, and they really took that down to nothing. There were just little cement squares back there that you could see. So it's.
And that's a, you know, I wouldn't call it an eyesore, but it was getting there. You know, so it eliminates a huge, blight. And we can certainly use it because there's a lot more people looking for around here.
Anyone else? Okay, we're all here this evening. The joint regular committee meetings will be this Thursday at 6 p.m. All referrals from this council meeting and any open project list items may be discussed during the committee meetings. Tonight's referrals are?
We've got 2 new referrals. We have the appropriation for the fire department, that is from the auditor to finance. We have the amendment of the airport bid resolution, that is from the service safety director to service and finance. Already in committee and on the agenda at this point for Thursday is the amendment of codified ordinance 95101, which is the annexation of properties outside the city limits and utilities. That's in service. The amendment of codified ordinance 915.02. That is the rates for water service outside the city. That's in service and finance. In public lands and buildings, we have the ORDC grant administration for a arch over the Sandusky Ave. Also in public lands and buildings, we have the disposition of city properties on Mary Street and the disposition of the water distribution garage. That's all we have for now.
Okay. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. McKeever, second by Mr. Schock. I'm sorry, Mr. Vogt. To adjourn, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. We're adjourned at 7:54 p.m.